It does. It just angers me because we work so hard and we cherish these. It angers me a lot.
Yeah.
There's just a bunch of lies and deceit and nobody knows and where's the Lego?
I mean, there are some holy grails in that set and we're angry.
So I'll be real with you guys. Last night I was sitting on my couch scrolling through YouTube when I stumbled across a series of videos from a creator called Reckless Ben. If you've never heard of him before, the short version is this. He got involved in a dispute over a Star Wars Lego collection that was reportedly worth over $200,000. The family who owned the collection claimed it had been consigned to a bricks and minifig store and later became the center of a dispute after ownership changes and disagreements over who controlled the inventory. The situation eventually spiraled into lawsuits, police involvement, arrests, and millions of views online. As I kept watching, the story got stranger and stranger. There were not only allegations of stolen Lego, but accusations of corruption, court cases, police body cam footage showing poor conduct, and even discussions online about the influence of Utah's Mormon community and whether personal relationships played a role in how the situation unfolded. It made me wonder, how did we get to a point where a Lego collection could be worth $200,000 in the first place? When did these little plastic bricks stop being toys and start becoming assets? If I wanted to understand how Lego became worth stealing, I figured I should probably speak to someone who actually collects it. Hey Cody, it's Sammy, how are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm good, thanks for asking. And thanks for taking time to answer some of my questions. For years, Cody has been immersed in a world that most people never even realize exists. A world where retired sets can sell for thousands of dollars, unopened boxes are treated like investments, and a toy designed for children can become a highly sought after collectible.
I found a Lego users group in my early 20s, and that's called a lug. It's like recognized by Lego.
Yeah.
I'm literally going to Chicago to see my Lego friends for my friend's birthday.
That's awesome.
So in 2 weeks. And I was just up in Portland a couple weeks ago for another convention, hanging out with my friends up there. So yeah, I've got friends all over the world now just because of this Lego hobby.
What interested me wasn't just the value of his collection. It was the fact that people like Cody had watched this happen in real time. They'd seen Lego transform from something you'd played with on your bedroom floor into something people buy, sell, trade, and obsess over. And I wanted to know why.
This is one of my Lego rooms, yes.
Okay, how many Lego rooms do you have?
Well, there's Lego like in every room of the house, so.
I like that a lot for you. So you probably have, looking at your collection, you probably have millions of Lego pieces in there.
You can kind of track what you have online. And so I've done that a little bit, but I know I have at least 1 million parts.
If you had to guess, how much is your collection worth?
So right now, I mean, I probably paid over 100,000. There's my own creation of the tower.
Okay, how tall is this? Because it looks like it's taller than you.
It is, it's 7 feet tall.
It's 7 foot tall. You created this on your own?
Yep.
Wow, that's very impressive. So have you heard about the controversy involving the YouTuber Reckless Ben and the Bricks and Minifigs store in Utah?
So it's not actually the store. So corporate is actually located here in Orem, Utah.
Okay.
So the corporate office is there, but the franchise that initially took the Star Wars consignment was actually in Oregon, in Salem, Oregon. So the local franchises, like my buddy Corey, he had nothing to do with any of the madness.
Oh, I'm sure, yeah.
But the dilemma is the mob is so mad that the word bricks and minifigs is now causing a lot of problem for the local owners. But yeah, the corporate office, those guys are definitely not doing their best. At the end of the day, the real victim is the guy that lost his Lego collection. And I think that's kind of what happened is his son took it in, they tried to do that consignment deal. You know, they're saying there's just a bunch of lies and deceit and nobody knows and where's the Lego?
I know. Why do you think there's so many lies and deceit behind it?
I mean, would you want to be responsible for a $200,000 Lego collection?
No, but I would have paid the guy for, if they gave me a product, I would have obviously paid him for it, you know?
And that's the problem with consignment, right? You're essentially having someone take ownership of your stuff to try to sell it for you. Yeah, there was another guy out in Oregon. There was some vendor that we had at the convention that had actually been accused of buying stolen Lego from stores. There's another story where a guy stole Lego and then filled pasta boxes or something crazy like that.
No. Talking with Cody, it was apparent that what mattered most wasn't the value of the collection. He had no plans of selling. What mattered most was the joy it brought him, the excitement of tracking down a set he'd been searching for, the satisfaction of seeing years of collecting displayed on a shelf, the pride that came from building something over time and knowing every piece of it had a story. But perhaps more importantly, it was the people. The friendships he'd made, the conventions he attended, and the community that had formed around a shared interest in little plastic bricks. Which is why the Reckless Ben story seemed to resonate beyond the people directly involved. Because when a story like that breaks, it doesn't just affect a store or a collection, it has the potential to affect how people view an entire community. Just how big the community is really interesting. How much people are dedicated to Lego collecting, and it's their whole world. But it makes the situation with bricks and minifigs so interesting, and it really like hits home where this guy sold his entire collection, twice the size of this guy's, for $200,000, and then it just got taken away.
It gives you a visual of the amount of stuff that has been taken.
Yeah.
It's not like it was one piece and they just put it in their pocket.
Yeah.
Where do you hide that amount of Lego?
Cody was careful to point out that Bricks and Minifigs is a franchise, and that one store's actions shouldn't define every location operating under the same name. But even so, the story had created conversations throughout the Lego world. In listening to Cody, I was reminded that every expensive set, every collection, and every headline, there are real people who simply love the hobby and take pride in being part of it. Great. This is my second collector call. I think I'm getting used to this. All right, let's meet Aiden. Hey, what's up, Aiden?
Hi there. Hi, it's
Hi.
great to meet you.
I'm Sammy. Nice to meet you.
Hi, Sammy.
Do you make a lot of friends through Lego collecting?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Community's super friendly. Actually, believe it or not, most of them are 60 plus.
What role do stores like Bricks and Minifigs play in Lego collecting world?
It's pretty hot in the Lego community between Bricks and Minifigs and us AFOs. And it's kind of a touchy subject. But I will say, I'm neutral between this because I have friends who work there, but they have done more bad than good for our community. If anything, they have just made money off of us.
Have you heard about the controversy involving YouTuber Reckless Ben and the Bricks and Minifigs store in Utah?
Yes.
Yeah?
That is the hot topic. What I was saying, it's been literally nothing but the topic of conversation. No, I'm mad. I'm angry. It angers me being in like a diehard Lego fan and a Star Wars fan. It's like there are so many people like us out there who would cherish the types of Lego sets that are in that $200,000 collection.
Yeah.
There are some holy grails in that set. Those big collections. I'm sure of it, and we're angry.
Well, it's not just like a small amount either. It's $200,000, which is a lot of money.
Yeah.
And they never saw any of the money Bricks and Minifigs just took the collection, and then this older gentleman never got his money.
It just angers me because we work so hard and we cherish these.
Yeah.
And the fact that somebody's just going to steal that from potential people that can own those, it angers me a lot.
Yeah. Well, you have so much passion for what you do, and then people hold on to these collections for so long. So it's like losing a part of you. It's not just a thing.
And it hurts all of us, actually. Not only does it anger us, but it hurts our feelings a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think without a doubt, you're going to see an influx of the Lego community completely boycotting.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm comfortable to say that I've already started. You know what's crazy is I've heard some other random insider, just some gossip. Yeah. Through the community of both people who have worked there and people who haven't. And I've been told that their corporate has had an issue since day one.
Really?
They've always had it. Yes, I've heard this many sources. They've always had issues from day one. They've always just been kind of a shady business, and
how so?
The way so they never really ever have been a corporate entity. They just say they're like, oh, we're Bricks and Minifigs, but then the franchises, if any customers come to corporate, they're like, no, it's not our problem. You have to take it up with the franchise. So they basically don't even take care of their franchise.
Their franchise.
Right now, there is a big problem going around in the selling community, not like a singular situation. These are multiple. It's just reoccurring. People are selling noodle-packed Lego sets, like a Lego set with all the pieces ripped out, and then they fill it with noodles. So when you shake the box, it sounds like there's
Oh, yeah, that is what Cody was saying. When you said noodle, it wasn't registering, but he said that they're pasta. When they sell their sets, they're just filling it with pasta.
Yeah.
Which, what? At this point, it was glaringly obvious that Lego wasn't just a product. It was a community. Both Cody and Aiden felt that what Reckless Ben was exposing wasn't an isolated incident. They believed it was part of a larger frustration that had been building within the Lego community for years. Up until this point, I'd only heard one side of the story. I'd spoken to collectors, I'd heard their frustrations, I'd listened to their concerns, but I still hadn't actually stepped inside a Bricks and Minifigs store for myself. And with a location right on my doorstep, I figured I'd go see what Bricks and Minifigs were willing to pay me for my Death Star 2 collectible. I have, I don't know too much about Legos, obviously, but I have this Death Star 2 at home that's unboxed. It's in really good condition. I was kind of wondering how much I could get for it. As the employee stepped away to call his boss, I suddenly felt a little nervous. Maybe it was because everything about the negotiation felt weirdly serious, despite the fact that we were talking about a toy. He's just calling someone he works with to find out the possible value of it if I bought it for $1,000.
He didn't want me to hear what he was saying because I went over there.
He keeps walking away from me when I get closer to him.
So I talked to them all.
Yeah.
If you were to bring back the box, and I'd have to thoroughly check it because I told him it was in pristine condition.
Yeah.
So the most we do is $1,300 for it.
$1,300 for it? Okay, so basically I'd make a $300 profit?
We have gone online and seen listings and stuff. I would recommend if you were to sell it on your own, you'd make a lot more.
How much?
In March, it was last sold for $4,000.
$4,000. So I could sell it on my own and make it for $4,000.
Facebook Marketplace, you could most $4,000. If you're negotiating, I'd say stay at around $2,000.
Okay. How do I know if I'm getting a good deal?
Really, just before selling it, this, because you said you bought it for $1,000.
$1,000, yeah.
That's pretty good because, or it must have just gone up because $1,000 I do see that is an old price from it. But with the release of the new one last year, that's what probably shot.
Oh, that makes sense.
Sold in March, $4,000.
And this is on eBay selling for $4,000. Okay.
So I would just say always check eBay before doing anything.
Okay.
Keep checking your eBay, keep checking Marketplace, but there are a lot of scammers on Facebook Marketplace.
I know, Facebook's difficult because you can't.
Or just people who are trying to negotiate, so I'd just be,
Hey, do you collect Lego yourself? A lot of it?
Pretty much, yeah. Mainly the stuff.
Oh, really? Oh, so you know then?
Yeah.
Well, I can't believe that he was only going to give me $300 and told me I can sell it on eBay for $4,000.
Yeah, but do you know what? I think he did you a solid.
He did.
Because he's in the community. That's why I asked him, do you do Legos?
Yeah.
I think he was he went out the back, he was freaking out. He was like, don't sell it for that amount.
Yeah. Leaving the store, I reflected on how the employee seemed more concerned about me getting a fair deal than he did about making a sale. As a collector himself, he understood exactly what these sets meant to people. It reminded me of something I'd seen consistently over the past few days. Yeah, he went behind his boss's back literally to help me out, which was really cool. All right, where should we head next?
Hobby
Another
shop?
Pawn shop? Yeah.
Let's do it.
Let's do hobby shop.
But yeah, we started this business in 2024. He was in the military, so he would call me when we were long distance and just read the Horus Heresy to me, it's called. It's like a Warhammer book. Our community is like one of the most important things. Like if it wasn't for our community, we wouldn't be doing this. And it's like just an opportunity to sit at a table and like play together and game together and talk together. Yeah. And it's such a comforting space to be able to do that, like a safe space.
Yeah. A big push for us starting the business, I've been into Lego for a long time as well, like since I was a little kid, longer than Warhammer even. We're in a financial position where, you know, we're like, oh, maybe we should start this business. And I had a lot of Lego I had been collecting. We literally started as mainly a Lego shop. Everything was Lego, like all the shelves full of it. And then, you know, we started to sell it off over time, but then getting it again was the hard part. People that have Lego now know there's value in it. Before you could go to, you know, garage sales or secondhand stores and get it cheap.
In North America, there's only one distributor for Lego, and
for small businesses.
For small businesses. Okay. And so when we reached out to Lego when we first started, they told us to go through this person because this is who they recommend. And so when we went through that, the margins were like basically taking off the tax of stuff. And like we were like, it doesn't really make sense for us to raise value because why would you buy from a small business something that's this much when Walmart has 30% off of it? There's a lot of fake Lego sellers out there as well. That was a big push for us out of the swap meet just because we had the competition of fake Lego and it was just difficult to like have people come in and go, oh my gosh, I'm looking at your stuff now and what I bought wasn't real.
It was devastating. People would come in and be like, oh my God, I just bought this $400 Lego set because I thought it was cheaper. And now I'm looking at real Lego, and that was a big push for us at the swap meet. We have real Lego. And they're like, oh my God, I just spent money on fake Lego.
Yes. I'll tell people, I'm all like, if you sell it to me, you're not going to make the amount of money that you could be making. And then I'll give them the information of where they can sell it. That's typically what we'll do. If I come across a Lego set at a garage sale or something that someone's selling for a good price, then I consider that lucky. It can come into the shop. But when it comes to people wanting to, like, if you want to sell your Lego, there's typically a reason why you want to sell it, and I don't want you to
not get the right price for it. Yeah.
We got together at 18. Like, we were married like by like in our early 20s, so we went through like being broke together, and there were days that it's like minifigures are what made us be able to afford food on our table. So it's like if you're selling your Lego, there's usually a reason you're selling your Lego. And if it's like if you're doing it just to do it and like make your bread, do your thing. I can't we all have to make our money somehow, but like the people I know who are selling Lego, it's usually because they have a bill that's going to come out and they really need to make that money.
That's why the Reckless Ben situation like is so upsetting and like infuriating a lot of people because...
And like, I mean, we've even said it. We have phenomenal old Lego that are in our house, like old castle, like all of this stuff that's like really, really amazing. If something were to happen to one of us, that's what's going to help get us out, you know? Like, I mean, it's the same thing with like, I know growing up, my dad collected toy trains. He used to say that all the time. He had like old Lionel that he would always say like, if something were to happen, you know that this can help you at least get it out.
Meeting Justin and Caroline felt like another reminder that Lego wasn't really about the bricks. The husband and wife team had bonded through the hobby themselves, and today they use their store as more than just a place to buy things. It's a gathering place, a safe space for veterans, a community. But alongside the stories of friendships and shared interests, there was another reoccurring theme: scams. They taught me about fake Lego, scalpers, and the people chasing money as Legos became valuable, which got me wondering, if fake Lego had become such a big part of the conversation, how different was it from the real thing? So when I got home, I decided to find out for myself.
So I've been looking up these fake Legos online and seeing what I can find for myself. And here, look at this. It's the Millennium Falcon for $107 from China. You know what I'm going to do is I think I'm just going to order some Legos. I'm going to order a real one, and I'm going to order a fake one and see when they arrive what they look like, if they're the same, what differences they have.
So the deed was done. I felt a little guilty ordering knockoff Lego, but I convinced myself it was for research purposes. Now all I had to do was wait for it to arrive from China.
We got them. Now this is the fake Lego set I bought, which is TG, Art Creative, and then we went with the parrot. Oh, this is print. We went with the parrot one. Then I got the real Lego set from Amazon. This is the real Lego.
Wow.
Which just from like the box, the Lego Creator one has 253 pieces. And then the TG one has 867 pieces. Oh my gosh, okay.
Oh.
And then these are like the two similar products that you can get. Lego with the parrot with the flowers. And then if I want the same thing for like a fake version of Legos, this is the parrot with the flowers as well. Here's my instructions.
Oh my god.
Whoa. There's a lot of pieces. All right, here's all the pieces, and then here's the pamphlet. Even just with the pamphlet, this guy is so much thicker. Okay, so here's like a similar piece of the flower, which obviously this one, the fake one, is a lot smaller, and the real one is a lot bigger. All of the Lego pieces for TG are really tiny compared to these big Lego pieces. So these are the fake ones, which are like super thin. And then this is the real Lego. It's obviously more surface area to it. So now that I've opened up both sets, it's obvious why there's 1,000 pieces in this set, because they're so tiny that it would take a lot more pieces to build something that's going to be just as big as this other Lego set. It cost me $15.98. And the fake Lego set by TG cost me $15.18. So they're comparable. They're basically the same price. But if you're looking for an investment, this is going to be worth nothing, and then this someday will be worth more.
When I started this journey, I was obsessed with one question. How could Lego possibly be worth this much money? By the end of it, I felt that I'd found a different answer. Yes, some sets are worth thousands of dollars. Yes, there are collectors with collections worth more than cars. But the people I met, I realized none of them had plans to cash in. It was all about friendships that they built, the conventions they attended, the pride they took in their collections and showing them off. In fact, by the end of this project, I almost felt like I was becoming part of it myself. Cody had invited me to a convention. Justin and Caroline wanted me to come down and play Warhammer with them over boba. Sadly, I also learned that where there's value, there are always people looking to take advantage of it. Scams in the Lego world seem to come in all shapes and sizes. They are also extremely common. The story with Reckless Ben has just got more media traction than the others. I think what humbled me the most was I started this video trying to understand how Lego became worth so much money and why people would want to steal it. I ended it understanding that once something becomes valuable enough, the people who love it have to work a little harder to protect it.